In an era where speed is of the essence and legal proceedings can take months, if not years, to conclude, we've seen smear campaigns being used to encourage parties to settle or face the prospect of sustained reputational damage. In today's connected world, smear campaigns are a powerful tool for shaping public opinion and pressuring opponents to settle. And we're seeing a huge uptick in the number of smear campaigns that are being waged against successful businesses and individuals. Now, what's driving that? Well, there are a few factors. Firstly, there's the comparative ease of instigating these campaigns and the low cost of content generation and amplification due to developments in AI. Secondly, it's the speed of the news cycle and the ability of a campaign to influence Google results. In turn, those Google results often translate into a more material impact, for example, the loss of a business, a drop in share price, or a compliance risk in a deal. One trend we're seeing in particular is the rise of pay-to-play junk news sites, which are often used to spread false and defamatory content. And the third factor is the importance of the court of public opinion. In an era where speed is of the essence and legal proceedings can take months, if not years, to conclude, we've seen smear campaigns being used to encourage parties to settle or face the prospect of sustained reputational damage. These factors mean that the tactics and tools required to run a smear campaign are accessible to a very broad range of people all over the world and with varying financial resources. In summary, these campaigns are quick and cheap to execute, but can require time and resource to remediate. Where does that leave people impacted by these campaigns? Well, if the smear campaign is already happening, there are a few steps you can take. Firstly, you need to deconstruct the campaign, and that involves investigating or trying to identify where and how it started. While the use of bot accounts and masking services can make this challenging, it's not impossible to find some clues that might link back to the people behind it. In parallel, it's important to try and stem the campaign, and that might involve taking legal steps to remove inaccurate and defamatory content. This is where the work you've done evidencing the campaign will be useful for persuading social media platforms and publications that they should remove or correct the material. Finally, having investigated the campaign and used your legal rights to remove false and defamatory content, you should prepare a communication strategy that explains to your key audiences the context for the allegations, the reasons they lack foundation, and the steps you've taken to address the material. Often, the goal of these campaigns is to attack a client's funding. Now, if you can mitigate that impact, you've already neutralised one of the key effects of the campaign, and this will allow you to be strategic rather than simply reactive. Vigilant monitoring of further material will enable you to act quickly and decisively, frustrating the efforts of those behind the campaign and showing that you've got the resilience to weather such storms.